S.O.A.P is our daily study of the Bible, featuring a scripture, an observation, an application, and a prayer. Good morning. Today's Tuesday, February 16th. I'm Tom Tracy, and this is your daily S.O.A.P. Our scripture for today is Mark 1:32 and 33. That evening after sunset, many sick and demon-possessed people were brought to Jesus. The whole town gathered at the door to watch. And the observation is, why are you here? The application, Jesus was healing people, lots of people. And the word started to spread like wildfire. Something different was happening. And that's not surprising. We talked yesterday about how quickly things can spread. This was something that hadn't been seen before. Come and watch, and everybody was showing up. People weren't coming to see Jesus for anything more than to watch the show. They were coming to be entertained. They weren't there to see what Jesus is about. And they were there to see what he was going to do. They didn't want what Jesus had to offer. They wanted to be entertained. And I'm afraid that many Christians today are in the same situations. We go to a huge church with a massive band and lights and smoke machines and all sorts of different things so that it's cool. And I get that. And please don't think I'm coming down on that. But what is in your heart is what makes the difference. Are you going there because you want to be entertained, or are you going there because you're truly seeking after God? When we go to a church and we're concerned about, did the band play well? Were the lights on? Was the smoke machine going well? Were there lasers flashing and things blowing up? And okay, so that's worship. Please understand I'm not putting that down. But check your heart. What is your heart doing? If your heart is more concerned about whether or not you laughed at the pastor's jokes than what it is that he was actually preaching about, then maybe it's time to reevaluate. Now, I'm not telling you it's time to reevaluate and leave your church for something small where you can't be distracted. All of these things are good. All of these things are helpful, but only when your heart is prepared for them in the proper form, in the proper way. If you're going to church and you are there to be entertained, none of it matters. It can be the best show you've ever seen. It could be the most entertaining worship and the best preaching you've ever heard because you laughed and enjoyed it and were able to stay with the message. But if you don't hear from God, you're wasting your time. So let me ask you again, why are you here? Are you here to hear a gentle, encouraging word that's going to make you feel good about yourself and you can go about your day? Or are you here to find out what God has to say, whether you like it or not? There was an old saying back in the 70s that said, God said it, I believe it, that settles it. Well, I'm here to tell you today, God said it, that settles it. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or whether you even like it. If you're here to hear from God, then have your heart prepared to hear from God. If you're here to be entertained, well, maybe you'd be better off at a concert. If you're here to be entertained, you're coming for the wrong reason. But if you're coming to hear from God, don't expect necessarily to be entertained. Our prayer for the day, Father, examine my heart and help me to receive all that you have for me and not look forward to entertainment, but look forward to your presence. I trust that the Lord has spoken to you in this message today. If so, hit like and share and send it to a friend. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you here again tomorrow. Have a great day. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and check us out. Surf around, and if you like what you see, do me a favor and mash that subscribe button and hit the bell.